Welcome to Catholic Mom Mindset, a daily show where you learn to walk closely with the Holy Spirit so you can live the life God is calling you to. I'm your host, Sterling Jaquith. Let us begin. Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about intimate relations with your husband. So if this is playing in the car, this may not be the episode to play around your kids. It won't be crass, but still, parental discretion advised. So today I want to talk about your sex drive for your husband and a couple things. And this is a very big topic. I'm not going to unpack it all in 5 minutes, but I wanted to just cover one aspect, which has been really transformational for me. And that is to let my yes mean yes and my no mean no. So I had vaginismus after my third daughter was born. And vaginismus is a physical condition where it feels like a burning sensation is happening inside of you when you have sex. Sex becomes very painful. But actually, like it almost feels like you put a cream there and then it's burning. But it's actually muscles contracting in an interesting way. And vaginismus can happen after birth. It can happen before you've even ever had sex. It can happen after sexual assault. There's many reasons why women have vaginismus. But the important part is, for a time in my marriage, it hurt to have sex. And we didn't know why. We didn't know what was happening. And it hurt a little. Like it wasn't a stabbing pain. It was just uncomfortable, like a slight burning. And for a while, I would just push through. I'd be like, no, it's fine. And my husband, I love him. Super nice. Very agreeable. Does not pressure me. Right? And so if I had said at any point, I don't want to do this, he would have said, okay. But I know how important sex is for men, and I'm trying to meet his needs and be a good Catholic wife and all of these things. And so I would say yes. And then it would hurt a little bit. And then eventually I kind of built up this negative association with sex. Now, we found out about vaginismus. I went to physical therapy. You actually go through physical therapy to fix that. Totally fixed. Isn't painful for me to have sex anymore. It was amazing. But I noticed that this idea, like, oh, just do it to make him happy, it wasn't helping me because I would say yes, but then I would feel a little bitter about it. Or I would kind of feel taken advantage of, which was totally my choice though. Right? Like he couldn't read my mind. He can't tell if I'm not into it. Like if I say, oh yeah, let's do it. And we have sex and I'm smiling, he can't tell that maybe I didn't feel like doing it. And so I just noticed that there were times that I said yes, but I really didn't want to. And then I would kind of hold that against him, even though he had no idea. He wasn't pressuring me. It wasn't like I said, no, I don't feel like it. And he said, oh, we're going to do it. None of that. It was all happening in my head. And I just got to this place where I thought, that is just not loving. It's not loving to me, and it's not loving to him. And so I made a deal with myself that I was going to check in with myself. If he said, hey, do you want to have sex tonight? I was going to check in with myself, and I was going to say, can we say yes? A whole open-hearted, full yes. That doesn't mean that I'm like really into it, or that I really wanted to have sex that day. It just means that I could give that gift completely freely. No strings attached. No emotional strings. I'm not going to hold it against him. I'm not going to think, ugh, why does he want it all the time? We just did it yesterday, right? Just none of that. I made a deal with myself that my yes was going to mean yes and my no was going to mean no. And I wasn't going to expect my husband to read my mind. And that I wanted to be the kind of wife that he could trust. And I wanted to trust him. And as I look back, I had no reason not to trust him. Every time I said no, he respected that. So I just saw that I was creating this problem completely in my mind. And it wasn't helping us at all. It wasn't helping me. It wasn't helping him. It wasn't helping the intimacy in our marriage. And so, no, I don't think as wives, we always have to be that into sex when we do it. But no bitterness, freely given gift. Like, I love you. I'm totally willing to do this right now. I'm not going to hold it against you. And it has just been so freeing for me to get to that place where I just know that I'm going to stick up for me. Because there are some times when it is a no. I'm like, you know what? No, I am actually a little tired, or maybe we had a rough conversation earlier in the day and I'm just not feeling that kind of sparkly. Right? And so I just so okay to say no sometimes. But I just make sure that it's a real no. And then I honor my no. Or I challenge myself and I go, hey, can we do this? We love this guy. This is really important to him. Can we give this to him freely? And then I say yes. And so I say yes a lot more often because I trust myself to say no when I really want to say no. So I shared that recently coaching in our master's program. And I just thought, I want to bring that up here. Just kind of throwing in this one random sex episode, but I think it's helpful. And I think it will help you to feel really loved, because that is just such a deep form of loving yourself, where your yes means yes and your no means no. And I think your husband's going to come to really appreciate that level of honesty and trust from you as well. All right, ladies, I'm praying for you and for all marriages. Have a blessed day. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Catholic Mom Mindset. To learn more about growing closer to the Holy Spirit, check out our free resources at madeforgreatness.co. Thank you so much for listening and have a blessed day.